I don't think you guys understand how weird having an HD camera is for me. Because, like, look at how much, this is a lot of room. This is like 2 or 3 hands worth. This is an incredible amount of room that I can't actually hold or grope or do naughty things with, but this is where the battle's gonna go, and you guys are gonna love it. Anyways, we got a battle today versus InertFury. Happened at Battle for Charity 2, which was trying to remember what day. I think this was from Fridays. So let's go ahead and get it started. Whatever. Quit stalling, Elo. That's a good idea. Now. Okay. So, we're not really using super serious stuff. Super Saiyan. What? I'm on 0 hours of sleep. Just ignore any shit that comes out of my mouth. Okay. So, he's going to lead with a Typhlosion. I actually picked the wrong lead, and I went for my Scarf Wargle. Now, this is bad, because 225 base power eruption right off the bat. I'm thinking Wargle's a little bit bulky, and I might be able to take it. And I kind of wanted to scout out to see what kind of Typhlosion he was, but not Scarf on the first turn. It's like, okay, it's weird. So, I barely live it enough to go for a Brave Bird and get a crit on it. Now, I haven't run numbers on that, and I don't know how fragile Typhlosion is, but I'm thinking I would not have been able to kill without the crit, so I do believe that mattered. And it's just really funny, because we both just get rid of our Scarfers right off the bat, but then I learned this Kajando Scarf, but that'll come into play later. Anyways, I bring in my actual intended lead, which is my Roserade, and he ruins my Sash by U-turning, so get out of here, whatever. He knows I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder because I'm a Roserade, so he goes out to something that he won't really actually mind being asleep, which is his Rankarusu, since, I don't know, he's got a good Spec D. I can't really think of any other logic behind it. He must have seen the Sleep Powder coming, so he made a conscious decision to do that. Or he just didn't want his Kajando asleep. That works too. I'm not really sure what the logic was behind switching it in on my intended move on Rankarusu, but okay. I go for the Sludge Bomb. It actually poisons. Now, had I gone for the Leaf Storm, that would have just straight up taken it out, and I wouldn't have had to deal with it. But he goes for the U-turn, leaves me with 2 HP, and he's got a pretty low amount as well. And I'm like, alright, Poison will take him out when he comes in later. And then I totally forgot the Kajandos have regeneration, and then I was like, but I can't really do much. So I go for the HP Fire, knowing that he still has, actually, I don't know shit, we both covered up our screens. I just went on a whim, knowing that he might go for a Steel type, so I went for that. Turns out it burns twice as good because it's part grass too, so that's great. Take out about half health in one shot. He goes for an Aerodactyl. I'm thinking I'm just going to go for the HP Fire anyway, just in case he wants to leave it in for whatever reason. And thinking about it, I should have gone for the Leaf Storm because the switch was imminent. And I just leave my Roserade in as Death Fodder because I only have 2 HP left. And what am I going to do? Especially if he gets Rock set. Since I don't know what kind of Aerodactyl this is until it actually hits me. Turns out to be Life Orb. I don't remember whether or not it sets up rocks. I don't think it does. But going back to my scenario going on here, I got my Kangaskhan out, so that's all good to go. We're going to use Fake Out to rack up some additional damage, all that. And I go for the Sucker Punch, and it fails. And I'm like, what did he do? And he goes for the Taunt. And I'm like, well, that's okay, because I don't really have any support moves on this thing. I wish Kangaskhan could, like, bulk up. The thing's like 7 fucking feet tall. I'm just, you know. Whatever. Anyways, he goes for the Roost, which Roost and Life Orb Aerodactyl is very interesting. I don't see that. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just really unorthodox. It sure as hell caught me off guard when I went for the Double Edge and then brought him down to like the same range. Now, I'm thinking he's actually going to Roost again, and I can't really have this recoil, you know, kill me off, and he could just Roost stall me out of HP. So I'm going to go to my Gallade now, and that was a horrible, awful switch, because he's actually going to go for the Stone Edge on the switch. Now, I know I resist it, but Gallade's defense isn't really that good, and it is stab, so that's actually going to do like half, which sucks. And then he's going to go for the Earthquake, which is not stab, but my defense is still not that good, so it's actually going to do right around the same amount of damage. A little bit less, I think, because I live with 5, and I'm just going to go ahead and Drain Punch it, but I'm Life Orb, so I'm going to get his health back, and then I'm going to get 31 taken off, so it's going to leave me at 13, which is just enough to do nothing. So we got life over recoil and whatnot. I don't know why I was so aggressive with that, but I leave Gallatin as death fodder once again because I need the switch initiative going on here. Because knowing that once he U-turns, he'll have to send in something first, and then I can send in something else based on what he switches in. So he brings in a Notori, and I'm thinking, oh well, my HP fire user is gone, so I do have this flamethrower user, but he no longer has a disguise, so I have no element of surprise here. And he knows the flamethrower or the focus blast are imminent, so he goes out to Broom Garrow, which is a very good play. Because Broom Garrow is weak to Ghost, Dark, Electric, and Grass, and Notori resists all of those. So those two together are just a beastly core. So I'm just going to go for the Night Burst. I don't know why he stayed in knowing I'm a Dark type, and I don't know. I didn't really understand that. I mean, if you want to explain it to me, go for it, but to be honest, I had no logic in my mind. Anyways, I'm going to go for the Night Burst. It actually does over half. So I know it's going to be a 2-hit KO. I definitely feel comfortable going for another Night Burst, and he stays in for some reason. I'm guessing as death fodder to bring something else in. That's cool too. So super effective, all that shit. Faints, life orb damage, and toxic damage. And I'm really tired, guys, but I wanted to get out of moving. Anyways, Kajando comes in. And I leave this thing in as death fodder yet again to get the switch initiative, and Sony Vegas is lagging out yet again. This is wonderful. Okay, well, Zorark's dead, and I do get the switch initiative, which really isn't going to matter too much, because I think he just only got, like, what, Notori and, like, Rankarusu and Kajando left. So, which works for me. I'm going to go into Mew at this point, knowing that Aura Sphere will undoubtedly take it out. It'd be absolutely absurd if it didn't. It would mean he was invested in Spec D and HP and all that stuff. But he's actually not, so great, good for me. And in comes Kajando again. Now notice that I had it really low on health from the Sludge Bomb, and it's still poisoned, but it's at full health now. So Regeneration got back all of his health just by coming in and U-turning out like a fucking idiot. Except that's actually smart. I'm just mad. But I'm not really mad. Does that make sense? Whatever. Okay, I go for the Psychic for some strange reason. I didn't remember what his last one is, and I'm like, stab will work, this is a good idea. And then he brings in his sleeping Rankarusu that I slept earlier. And I'm like, oh, I feel like an idiot for that. I could have gone for the Shadow Ball, you know. Now, thinking he's going to switch out and he's not going to stay in, because I more than likely am packing the Shadow Ball, I'm just going to go for the Nasty Plot. And looking at the range that I am in health and after lefties and like how much damage the last U-turn did, I know I should be able to live another one unless it's a crit. Like, for a fact, depending on minimum or maximum. Like, if the last one was maximum, for sure I'll live one. If the other one was minimum, you know, maximum, should not kill me. I live with a decent chunk, and I know he only can go out to Rankarusu. He's Scarfed, so he's gonna go first, and actually now that I think about it, all Kajandos would go first, assuming positive speed nature. Whatever, I'm rambling. So he goes to Rankarusu, I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball. Takes it out one shot, great there, but now I have a Scarf Kajando to deal with. And this is bad, because I only have, I think I only have Mew and Kangaskhan left, so shit. What am I gonna do, right? I don't have any priority, so I'm just gonna see what it does, and it goes for the high jump kick, and I'm like, now I know your choice, like, for a fact. Like, I knew you were Scarf, but that pretty much, like, sealed the deal right there, because you wouldn't really lock yourself. You could easily just go for U-turn and then high jump kick, is what I'm saying. So he locks himself in on high jump kick early. I'm gonna go for the fake out, and hope the 1-2 punch in terms of fake out and sucker punch, in combination with poison, will do enough to take out this Kajando. And in my experience of using Kajando, it's actually a little bit fragile, so I'm going to go ahead and take this Kajando out, thanks to the poison damage, I think. I don't know, it sure as hell helped. Anyway, that was a great game. Rich definitely had a lot of fun with it. Guys, I'll leave his link in the description, definitely go give him a look-see. And that's going to do it for today. I had a lot of great matches at Battle for Charity both days. Thank you, all of you, for coming out to watch me, coming out to watch everyone in general, and above all, for actually donating and being an active part of what this thing's all about. You'll probably see those battles in the upcoming weeks. I got a bunch of other uploads to do, so in no way am I going to be running out of material at all. Guest narration week, I have been getting a couple of submissions in for it, so that should continue as scheduled, unless something else comes up. I really don't think it would, but whatever. That's it. I'm gonna get some sleep. Good night, guys.